Good evening, Blue Nation. So here we are, and we have an unexpected and a fantastic win down at the Vitality last night. Let's get into it. So with me, as always, is Carl. How are you, lad?
Absolutely brilliant, mate. Buzzing.
Yeah, man. Good time to be a Blue at the minute.
It is. Top 10, here we come.
Absolutely. We haven't got Marco with us tonight. He had a blackout on his game coverage, so he's jumped off this one. We give him the night off. So quick little shout out while we're doing it as well to our mate Chris Darracott over at In the Blue Corner. Go and check him out on YouTube. Right, Carlos, let's get into it then. So the lineup 4-2-3-1, and we had a couple of changes. So we had JP between the sticks, Jimmy Garner at right back, Tarkowski and Jake O'Brien in the middle, and Mikalenko at left back. It come out a little bit later on that Michael Keane was playing with an injury on Saturday against Newcastle. It flared up yesterday for the match. So in comes Big Jake. And, for all intents and purposes, he had a really good game there. So the midfield two were wriggled round. There was Keane and Dewsbury Hall and Tim Inabunam, who had something to prove to us after a very, very, very dodgy game last weekend against the Geordie shite. Injai on the right wing, Jackie G on the left wing, and a return for Charlie Alcaraz in the middle, all backing up the extremely unlucky Tierno Barry. So the first half, I thought Bournemouth started quite positively, but you'd expect that with them being a home side, to be fair. We got ourselves back into it round about 10-15 minutes in. And then the first real bit of action, Jordan Pickford called into saving from Semenyo. And a few seconds later, the VAR called it back, an alleged handball. But the ball actually kind of hit Jake O'Brien's shoulders, sort of like rolled down his arm. So there's no way. And to be honest, even the stupidity that is VAR that I and the lads complain about every single fucking week actually came through, and, common sense. But it's VAR. It's Everton. They're always going to check it, aren't they? If there's a blade of grass out of place, they give a penalty and gives a 10-point fucking deduction. Premier League, corrupt as fuck. But it's not about them. It's about us. A couple of minutes towards the end of the first half, we get a corner. It's hit in towards Tierno Barry. The lad, I think it was Scott, the defender, he jumped up with Barry, won the ball, and the ball actually ended up rattling his own crossbar, which was really, really close. It would have been a crazy way to open the scoring. But, we've seen madder, which we will talk about later. And then into injury time of the first half, Bournemouth had a goal ruled out for an offside decision. It looked good at first, and I'll be honest, I shit probably like everybody. Upon inspection, I think the ball came through, it caught one of his teammates, deflected off him. The lad hit it in. It was a good finish, but to be fair, the flag went straight up. So, no goal. We go in at half-time. Bournemouth 0, Everton 0. Carl, give us your thoughts.
Well, my first thought was the referee, and I thought he was shocking, because he seemed to be a bit of a homer. He gave them nothing, and every chance that it was against us. It was telling off here, bookings there, whereas they seem to get all the decisions right. So I think the referee, again, as we spoke about on pretty much, seems to be every week we talk about the referees. He was shocking from the start to finish. But the start of the game, I thought we were okay. They were okay. It was a bit of a muchness. It was like, they'll go forward a bit, we'll go forward a bit. Although we were probably the better team overall, in general, I thought it wasn't really lighting up. I thought Njai gave the ball away a couple of times when he could have done a bit better. In general, we were on top, but not quite there. As you say, early on, Semenyo had that shot, Pickford saved. Really, really good chance by them. Probably their only chance that I can remember, certainly in the first half. We were one of their most dangerous players, so I was glad to see that well saved. Definitely, I thought we were solid. I thought ideally, until we get new signers, and that's our best defence. I know Garner's right back, but he's so marauding and stuff. He's like a midfielder playing there. He knows all the positions. Whereas Jake O'Brien, he can run the straight line, he can run quite quick, but trying to turn, he struggles a bit more because obviously he's the size of him. He's 6'6" for God's sake. He's not a right back. So I think that's something that needs changing in January if we can. But in general, decent performance in the first half without being too great.
Yeah, it really was, mate. It really was. All good points there. Okay, folks, so let's take it over to our half-time interval and our amazing sponsors, Andy's Man Club. Life is hard, and we all have bad days. There are times when we feel we can't cope. This is the time we need to reach out and talk to someone. Andy's Man Club offers local support groups nationwide, running every Monday from 7 p.m, except on bank holidays. In these groups, men can open up about the issues affecting their lives in a safe, non-judgmental environment. Our clubs are designed to be free of pressure. There is no obligation for men to speak, they can simply listen if they wish. Find us today at www.andysmanclub.co.uk. Help one guy, save one life. Andy's Man Club, it's good to talk. Welcome back, Blues. That was our amazing sponsor, Andy's Man Club. Remember, boys, it's good to talk. Don't suffer in silence. Okay, so the second half, I thought we came out much the better. We came out really positive, putting Bournemouth under some early pressure. 10 minutes in, KDH, he makes a lovely run from midfield. The ball falls to the very unlucky Barry. He runs into the box and he gets a good shot off, to be fair, only to see the keeper make a good save. In my eyes, I'd be interested to see what Carl thinks in a minute. That should have been the opening goal. 10 minutes later, and that man, Semenyo, he gets another shot off, but he can't beat Jordan Pickford. Quite easy in the end. A few minutes after, Barry puts one over the bar after a lovely little cross-in from Ilian Njai. And then finally, Blues, with 12 minutes to go, the deadlock is broken. Grealish gets the ball on the edge of the area, has a little bit of a dribble, he looks up, hits one, and I mean, we all know it took an absolutely fucking wicked deflection, completely wrong foot of the keeper, hits the back of the net, 1-0 to the Blues. But to be fair, it was a well-deserved lead, I think. I'll take it. I said to Carl off air before the show, if it would have hit him on the arse and bounced in, I wouldn't have cared, because if they'd have scored it, they'd have accepted it. So Jackie G gets his second goal for the mighty Blue Army. Couple of subs late on, 80 minutes. Dwight McNeil for Charlie Alcaraz, Beto for Barry. Blue boys see out the remainder of the game for a well-earned 3 points. Full time, Bournemouth 0, Everton 1. Carl?
Yeah, I completely agree. Much better second half. Dominated it, really. I mean, over the whole match, we probably dominated it and did deserve to win. And just after about 10 minutes, TNTN Barry straight through, tried to chip the keeper. If it had been another inch higher, he would have been in, and he's got his first goal. That's how unlucky this kid has been at the minute, and it will come for him. Once he gets one, I think he'll go on a run. But at the minute, just nothing's breaking for him. A few minutes later, as you say, Semenyo, same shot, Pickford saves. Didn't really have many chances in the second half. We were just containing really, really well. Later on, we had the goal from Grealish, absolutely brilliant. One player they want to pick out as well as 100% man of the match, and without him we may not have won, was KDH. Absolutely brilliant performance. He slipped into the Garner role, and it was as if Garner was playing but wasn't. He was that good. And with Alcaraz, he was he had a few sloppy passes, but it was his pass that sent Grealish in for the goal. So it was Alcaraz that passed it in around about 80 minutes, 78 minutes. Grealish gets it, bang, right foot, sticks on his right foot, hits Diakate, looking right into the corner, bang, 1-0. As you say, goalie, no chance. And by then it was no more than we deserved. And even after that, we had a couple of chances. But as you say, Beto came on late on, McNeil came on. They looked knackered. To be fair, I think that's been said on, I was watching Toffee TV earlier, and they were saying if it came on and within 5 minutes, he was looking knackered as if they've been running around the pitch all game. So I don't know what they've been doing off the pitch. Maybe that's one reason why they're sitting on the bench and not playing, because they're just not good enough. But at the end of the day, brilliant performance by the whole team, defensively, right through to TNTN Barry, who again had another brilliant game. Up front, shocking but brilliantly amazing 1-0 win. We move on to Forest now. That puts us up to 9th as we stand before tonight's matches. So hopefully the Red Shite will get beat by Sunderland, because they're above us anyway, so that won't matter. And then come Saturday, we'll take on Dyche's Dinosaur Forest and turn them over as well, fingers crossed, because we could not afford to lose that one.
No, certainly not to Dinosaur Dyche. That's the last thing we want to do. We'll never hear the end of it in the press conference with fucking ginger prick. In summary for me then, mate, like you say, fantastic away win. Particularly with Bournemouth being like our bogey side. I think I heard the stat, again, I think it was Toffee TV, and they were saying that we hadn't won there in the Prem. We won about 10 years ago down there in the Cup. We've had a couple of draws, like you were saying off air earlier. And we had that famous game at Goodison, I think it was at the beginning of last season, where we were 2-0 up with 85 minutes to go. Sorry, 85 minutes gone, 5 minutes to go. I don't know fucking how to this day, but we lost the game 3-2. So yeah, Bournemouth, they're one of them sides, they're like an inoffensive side. They're kind of like Brighton, where, they ran well, they play nice football, they got some good players. I've got no problem with Bournemouth, but as I say, overall, I think we had the lion's share and we got the deserved 3 points. I'm not sure what young Thierry Barry has got to do to score a goal. He's had a handball, he's had an offside. He should have scored that one last night, but like Carl says there, and I 100% agree with you, mate, it's coming for the kid. It really is. 9th position tonight. At time of recording, it is 8:15. So some of the games would have kicked off, the shite included. Up the Mackhams, go and do that red shite. And it is Forest at the Dixie on Saturday. We will be joined by a long-time friend of mine, a friend of the show, big Forest fan and also YouTuber, Mr. Jimmy Barnes. So he'll be giving his take on the Forest performance, hopefully. And I know he listens every single week despite him being a Forest fan, but he's got a little soft spot for the MVP and me and Carl and Marco. Hopefully, Jim, being at our place, we'll have the better half of that lad. Carl, any final points?
It's just I say great performance, unbelievable. I couldn't believe it. Now, before the game, I was down to get beat. To go away at Man United and then away at Bournemouth within 8 days of each other. I know it was disaster on Saturday, but to have 2 away wins. I think I've seen a stat saying that we got one of the best records for away wins in the last year. 8 away wins. Whereas, I don't think only maybe Arsenal possibly have got more points than us away from home in the last 12 months or so. So I take that all day long.
Yeah, things are turning round, aren't they, mate? Okay, well, we're going to leave it there, Blues. All that needs to be said is, Carl, thanks as always for spending a little bit of time on the show with us, mate. Always appreciated.
No problem, mate. It's great to actually catch up and chat about the games, and especially after a win.
Yeah, hopefully, mate. Okay, do you want to see us out, lad?
Yeah, up the fucking Toffees!